Hello everyone, welcome to Qi Men Dun Jia lesson 9. Today we are going to continue to look at the chart that talks about business analysis. So let's take a look. Okay, in this business case study, okay, we are looking at Asker who is wanting to start an e-commerce business selling clothes after being inspired by someone successful. So, of course, when somebody asks you to start a business, you look at what is the business context is about. So it's an e-commerce business that you require to come up with 20K, which you will invest in, setting up a website and getting the stocks. So, well, if I'm the asker, then I have come up with 20K of my savings. I think it's quite risky. So being the asker, I will actually plot a chart and take a look at what is there. Okay. So when we talk about business profitability, we definitely look at number one thing is live door. Okay. So the next thing we take a look at the overall of the chart and we realize I've highlighted in here. Not sure if you can see. Okay. Yeah, this is the Fuing chart. Okay, I've highlighted here. And then we understand that this is e-commerce business. That means it's not limited to just Singapore only. It can be, it's going to be like a global thingy. Okay. Income, the money can come from profits and revenue. All this can come from global. All right. Yeah, and the other one is this is a 20K investment and we look at the Asker box. What we have in the Asker box, we have moon, the darkness, we have view door, we have fearless stars. Okay, we'll go into that later. All right, and then yeah, live door. What are the elements inside live door? And we have an answer box. Okay, all these are highlighted out for ease of reference. So now take a look. Number one thing that we want to know, key reference is live door, okay, for business, okay. And then the next thing we need to know, we take a look at the overall of the chart is a full ink, and what does it mean? Long, painful, and draggy. All right. So, yeah, e-commerce, we try to understand the background. Okay, it's a e-commerce business. So, we don't have to pay rental, all these things. And then, the initial startup amount is 20K. All right. So now look at the Asker box itself. Asker is at the box 9. Okay. Box 9, well, what are the elements inside? It is darkness, view door, and fearless star. Okay, and one thing to take note, very important, is there's this emptiness in the box. You see, emptiness is here. Okay, it means the asker himself is not ready in certain aspects at this point of time, maybe mentally, financially, or physically. Okay, so not prepared or not ready to uh, start up this business. Okay, and let's take a look at the profitability of this business. So, okay, business profit is at live door, which is at box number 8. Okay, you see live door here? And what's with live door? Okay, we have nine heaven. It could indicate very high profits. And we have diplomat, which is good, and good energy. And we see there's a horse in here. Okay, so horse can represent something far. Of course, it match well with this context, business context, because this is a global business. Okay, e-commerce, it can go global. So if I start the online business, I'm not going to just sell to Singapore. I will try to extend the reach to global, whatever country it can be, as long as it can be an international global business, then I can get in more, generate more revenue. Okay, so the next thing to assess this business, whether it's really going to be profitable, I will take a look at the palaces. the interaction. Okay, so Asuka is in this box 9, uh, Lee Palace, and then it is actually producing to box 8, which is the business itself. So despite the it makes sense. I mean, you see box 9, okay, here, this is a fire element palace, and it is producing to box 8, earth element palace. So it makes sense because fire produce earth, and it seems like okay, naturally, is a profitable business. And however, we must not forget box 9, the asker himself, we mentioned it, there is emptiness. So it could mean that when this there is emptiness, it straight away mean there's a lacking or missing energy to produce to the business itself. So even the asker wanted that to happen. Asker desires to produce or create profit to the business. He may not be able to do so because his energy is low. So yep. And then yeah, I have a side question to ask Master is whether, do we consider the stems within the box 9 itself being E, and wood element producing to the, uh, would it be any better even if it is like a wood and is producing to the ping here, fire? So anyway, this is just a side question for you. Okay. So another thing we're going to look at is in this case study, we have to know that there's nuance inside it, and then when live door may represent potential, and but then it is potential for the business, but this potential for the business is conditional, meaning when there is this full chart. So this live door looking very good, sitting within a full chart. So and full chart with, there may be like difficult conditions. So we really cannot determine that it's a go or no go. And then although most likely it's a no go, but we still cannot really determine, confirm it. So we actually look at the answer box. So to know where is the answer box, it is actually in the box 3. Okay, answer box is already highlighted for us here. So it's actually in our same Jia Jia, and then we actually get this answer box here. Okay, it's chief star. What we have inside, we have leader star. We have injury door. There's a impulse. And we have the leader god, and then injury door, and then the impulse star. And what's more important is inside there is Geng, and we know Geng is a big signal to tell us something is amiss, something is wrong, and definitely end of the day we would say it could represent something that is like highly competitive or major obstacles. So yeah, so it's eventually I would say it's a no-go. Okay. Oops. All right. So yeah. So this case study itself, it actually helps me. Oh, let me move this way. It actually helps me to understand that we do not just look at one glance, it really looks good, but yeah, at the live box, live door, but then we still have to further analyze better, require deeper thoughts, dig deeper to understand the interaction between the palaces and elements. So that's all for lesson 9. Thank you.